Molly, it's February 9th. It's a Thursday, and this is Who's to Say. This coffee mug is a lie, because this is not coffee. It's water, and it tells you it's coffee. This is one of the first coffee mugs I ever bought for myself. You talked last week in your video about coping strategies for dealing with the world that we live in now, and asked me what some of my coping strategies have been. I am reading a lot of fan fiction. That's pretty much it. That's my entire coping strategy. I tend to dive into fandom and things that make me really happy, or the good kind of frustrated, when I don't quite know how to deal with things. So I've been taking a lot of my frustrations at the world out on nitpicky fandom things. Other thing that I did this week, somewhat inspired by your video, somewhat inspired by our conversations beyond these videos and with friends of ours, I decided to volunteer for a local nonprofit that focuses on teaching children school age, so 5, 6 through 18, writing, creative writing primarily, but also other kinds of writing. So I am going to do that this year. I think it's incredibly important to volunteer. I think it's incredibly important to volunteer for things that matter to you and that sort of draw on skills that I have that I can then, help use to help better my community. So I'm going to start volunteering for a local nonprofit that teaches children creative writing, and it should be a lot of fun and a lot of hard work, but very enjoyable hard work. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So it's kind of a balance between figuring out how to... So yeah, I guess my coping strategy then is a balance between doing things that I find fun for me and focusing on things that bring me joy, and figuring out how to give back to my local community. I think it's going to be incredibly important going forward to expend energy on building up our local communities, and the way in which I can do that is through teaching and through writing. I feel like I should bring something new to this video. Another thing that I sort of have in mind to do this year, speaking of, coping strategies, my other really big fallback for coping with things is organizing. I'm a very organized person. I like organizing things. It calms me down. So one of the things that I want to do this year, and that my husband is going to help me with, is I ordered this recipe box for us from Rifle Paper Company at the end of 2016, and it's got a ton of recipe cards in here, like 80. And we have, can you tell that we like to cook? We have a bunch of old family recipes, we have a bunch of recipes that we've created over the years, and we want to consolidate those onto recipe cards in a recipe box so that we can always find them. Currently they're written in notepads and in notebooks, and ripped out of magazines and scrawled on note cards, and there's ones from his grandparents and others from my family, and we just kind of want to consolidate those. So that's an organization plan for the year that I'm really looking forward to. And it should be fun to go through our recipes and kind of sort through them and find ones we probably haven't used in a long time and make new recipes as well. That would be fun. Make new recipes this year. So that's kind of another thing that I'm doing. Do you have any small fun goals that you're working on? We've talked a lot about kind of big lofty goals so far on this series. So do you have any small fun goals that you want to do this year that are just for you and for fun and not really about anybody else. This recipe card is mine. So I hope you're having a good week. Again, I haven't talked to you much in person this week. I'm crawling out from beneath a deadline. So I will be in touch. Until next week, Molly.